Jurgen Klopp has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, and this time the former Liverpool boss has taken aim at those questioning the talent and temperament of Germany's rising star, Florian Wirtz. In a passionate defense of the Liverpool midfielder, Klopp made his feelings clear about the growing criticism surrounding the youngster's performances, firing back at what he sees as unfair and short-sighted analysis. His remarks have reignited debate throughout the Premier League, with many now reflecting on whether Wirtz is being judged too harshly for a player of his age and ability. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Bayern Munich centre-back Dayot Upamecano has been credibly linked with a move to Liverpool by sources in Germany, with his contract set to expire at the end of 2025/26. Liverpool find themselves in an uncertain position when it comes to their centre-back plans, after a failed move for Marc Guéhi and with talks ongoing over Ibrahima Konaté's future. Guéhi was poised to join from Crystal Palace in a £35 million deal on deadline day only for his club to pull out at the last minute, and there is no guarantee he will join in the future. Meanwhile, Konaté is yet to agree terms on an extension despite his camp receiving offers, with doubts over whether he will be a Liverpool player beyond this season. That has prompted claims of interest in Bayern and France defender Upamecano, whose own contract is also due to run out on July 1st. Bild's Tobias Altschafel and Sky Germany's Florian Plettenberg have both named Liverpool as an interested party as Bayern struggle to tie down their number 2. Upamecano has been touted as a target for the Reds since he was a teenager at RB Leipzig, with strong links up until his €42.5 million move to Munich in 2021. Now with his deal running out at the Allianz Arena, it stands to reason that, as a club needing reinforcement in the centre-back position, Liverpool could revive their long-standing interest. Konaté is not the only defender facing an uncertain future, with Joe Gomez widely expected to be on his way out had the Premier League champions managed to close a deal for Guéhi. Giovanni Leone is also ruled out for the remainder of the campaign, and likely into next season too, having torn his ACL on his debut. Virgil van Dijk signed a new 2-year contract at the end of last term, but he turned 34 in July, and the reality is that his game time may need to be managed in the future. Whether Upamecano is the right candidate is a matter for debate, having earned a reputation as a rash defender whose front-footed approach can expose him at times. However, he is clearly an accomplished, elite-level centre-back who has been a first-choice starter for Bayern for 5 seasons now. In many ways, he is similar to his countryman Konaté, and, given the possible need to replace their number 5, that may explain Liverpool's renewed links with Upamecano. It remains to be seen if Liverpool will look to sign another centre-back in January in light of Leone's injury, but it cannot be ruled out at this stage. Now in a scathing rant, Jurgen Klopp has no concerns over once-in-a-century talent. Florian Wirtz finding his feet at Liverpool, who the legendary manager admits are in an unusual run of form. Speaking to German outlet Sport.da this week, Klopp gave his honest verdict on Wirtz's start to life at his former club. His quality is so outstanding, the discussions are a bit exaggerated, he explained at a padel tournament in Mallorca. Liverpool just lost 3 games in a row, which is unusual, but that's also normal in life, and that's why such things are discussed there. Now, I've been in the middle of such discussions long enough and can say nothing could interest people there less than the public discussions. Wirtz is a once-in-a-century talent, and at some point he'll show that in every game again, just as he did at Leverkusen. With a 22-year-old yet to score or assist in the Premier League or Champions League, there is understandable scrutiny after his £116 million switch. But Klopp's comments mirror the wider belief in Germany that Wirtz is too talented a player, already so accomplished over 5.5 seasons at Bayer Leverkusen, not to eventually thrive at Liverpool. It has been accepted that moving from the Bundesliga to the Premier League can bring a longer adjustment period, particularly for a player leaving his home country for the first time. But there is a sense that when things click, the number 7 will be one of Liverpool's most important players, particularly if Arne Slot finds the right role for him in his new system. The immediate impact of Hugo Ekitike has arguably added more pressure on the likes of Wirtz and Alexander Isak to match expectations. However, the process is not exactly linear, and there are many variables, not least, as Klopp points out, Liverpool's current struggle for form. Klopp is after all well placed to comment not only on Liverpool's overall form, but also that of individual players. During his 9 years in the dugout at Anfield, he saw a number of new signings adapt slowly before establishing themselves as key to the Reds' success. Fabinho and Andy Robertson are chief among those, while Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain experienced a similar trajectory, only to be held back by repeated injuries. There is clearly a confidence that Wirtz can become at least as influential as the likes of Robertson and Fabinho, with those in Germany able to assess his start with more patience than many Liverpool supporters. In other news, Milos Kerkez has been a puzzling player since he arrived at Liverpool in the summer. The former Bournemouth left-back signed for £40 million in the transfer window after an electric season on the South Coast, where he became integral to the success of the team. Many believed that this quick, attacking-minded player would be the perfect addition to the backline as a successor to the ageing Andy Robertson, who can still perform but struggles with pace at times. However, this has not been the case, as the 22-year-old, for the most part, has disappointed fans with his performances so far. In a few instances this season, Kerkez has found himself in the book, struggling to defend his left flank and not bringing his creativity into the final third. Before the international break, he did not cover himself in glory in the 2-1 loss to Chelsea, where he again did not put in a performance befitting of his quality. Since joining back up with the Hungarian national team for their World Cup qualifiers, his performance against Armenia was more like the player Liverpool believed they had signed this summer. In the side's 2-0 win last night, the left-back had maintained an 88% accuracy and sent 8 balls into the final third as he won all but one of his ground duels. He was also able to be successful in the one tackle he made in the game, but what all these numbers show is a much different player than what fans on Merseyside are used to. Kerkez has not been a driving force like Robertson once was for the club down the left-hand side, but clearly for Hungary, he has been able to be much more creative. When looking into his heat map as well, he found himself in the opposition's half more often than he had for the Reds. It leaves big questions over why he has not been able to be as creative on the left-hand side, and why he is not able to bring this kind of form to Anfield. This needs to happen more often if he is to succeed, although currently he seems unable to burst forward in much the same way that is needed for Premier League success. While Kerkez is not performing to his capabilities, it may be a good idea for Liverpool to give Robertson more starts. The one issue with doing this is his fitness, but if he can maintain a good level of fitness, there is no question that he can do a job for Arne Slot's side. It may not be as energetic as fans would hope, but it provides more defensive cover, which the Hungarian seems unable to give at this moment in time. The left-back dilemma is something that needs to be rectified as soon as possible, otherwise it will cause more issues to a team already in a poor spell of form. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.